Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 343. If you're writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you're having trouble finishing it, or maybe you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc. INK, like that stuff we all used to write with before computers. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. "You will never know how much you can accomplish until you try. Never stop trying. Your miracle will come in undefined moments." Leila Gifty Akita. And my favorite, I like that last line. Your miracle will come in undefined moments. Or as the adage goes, when you least expect it. I really like that. Keep going. All right, so once again, happy Thursday. And I want to tell you a quick little story here about believing in yourself. Several years back, when I was doubting myself and also doubting my potential really to make an impact on people's lives, especially authors' lives, believe it or not, a friend, and this is a friend who is also a constant cheerleader. She's just like the most loyal, supportive person you could imagine. And she said to me, "Christine, I see you through a bigger lens than you see yourself." So she saw great things for me, and that was very awesome. And she convinced me to keep the faith. She told me to, believe that if I kept going, I would eventually make a difference. And most importantly, to keep moving forward, keep taking action no matter what. And here I am today. And that's really good advice no matter where you apply it, whether to writing a book or maybe up-leveling in your business or your career, or simply convincing yourself to keep going and remember your why, remember your purpose, remember your mission. I say live your mission a lot because I live my mission. So keep connected to that, especially in uncertain times like the ones we're in now. Keep the faith, believe you can make a difference, and that no difference is ever too small. Now, for those of you struggling with doubts about whether people really want to read your story, maybe that's the thing that your anxiety and your doubt and the kind of things that I struggled with years ago. Maybe your doubt, your self-doubt is, do people really want to read my story? Do people really are people really interested in hearing what I have to say? And I say to that, have faith in the life you've lived, the lessons you've learned, and in your innate ability as a human being to tell a story. And that's something I've talked about here on the show before, that as human beings, we are all natural born storytellers. We have been since the beginning of humanity. So tap into that. Remember, you are a storyteller, whether you believe it, whether you want it or not. Guess what? You're a human being. You're a storyteller. Also, trust in the perspective that you have developed as a result of this life that you've lived and that you're living. And your perspective really is as unique as your life and the lessons within that life. What you've learned goes well beyond, this thing happened and here's what I learned from it. Sure, those lessons have shaped your point of view about the things that are happening, not just to you, but to others. And in the case of recent events, to all of us. But that perspective that comes with it it's a little bit deeper. That's the below the surface. That's the, just kind of like your worldview. If we think of, throughout life, we're adding to our worldview and kind of how we see things, how we see humanity, how we see other people, how we see, just kind of the unfolding events around us. And every time you learn a lesson from a life event, that shapes your worldview. And all you need to do is peruse your social media feed if you want to get a slice of everybody's worldview, of all the different opinions and perspective about, especially what we're dealing with now, what really is a singular world event, but you just have, thousands and possibly millions of perspectives on it, because those perspectives come from the unique lives of the person giving the perspective. That's why we all don't see it the same way. We're really seeing the same world story. We're each seeing the same world story through the lens of our own stories. In times like these, and especially as a longtime professional memoir writer, the reflective questions I lean toward are a combination of kind of, internal, introspective, and also big picture, looking at the world around us. So an example of an introspective question that I ask, that might be a good one to ask for your journaling: what have I learned about myself during this time? And an example of a big picture question: what am I observing that might predict what will change in the world on the other side of this, and how can I start moving in that direction? So what questions can you ask yourself now to help gain clarity on your perspective and to keep building it and growing it, like I've been saying, as part of the grand story unfolding around us? How can you observe the situation and yourself as an author through a bigger lens? As authors, as narrators, as chronic observers, we have a special opportunity here. And really, as individually, you're the only one that can determine what that opportunity is. But I guarantee, as authors, as observers, all artists actually, we all have an opportunity. The question is, do you have enough faith in yourself to do something about it, to document it, to write it down, to eventually share it with others? And if it helps, I see you through a bigger lens than you see yourself. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And I would love it if you would drop by my Inc. authors group on Facebook and say hello and let us know, about how you're doing in this time, and especially, what questions you're asking of yourself about, whether it's introspective questions or questions about the world around you, because you never know if we can all benefit from those questions on your mind. And really, as an author, as an artist, what kind of opportunities are you seeing, or kind of like, what are you doing about it as an author, as an artist at this time? Because we do have a lot of talents in that area. So I'd love for you to drop by my Inc. authors group on Facebook for those reasons and any other reasons you'd like the support and camaraderie of an amazing, amazing community of authors like you. Until tomorrow, happy writing.